Hi, Michael.
Morning, Sam. You're ready with your Facebook
I think we have,
Facebook share?
we have started already on Facebook now.
Yeah, we are on Facebook Live now. Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That was our team leader for Full House Power speaking, Mr. Sam Sia. And we welcome at this point all those listeners and viewers who are on Facebook Live. You can also start your own watch party. Uh, and we at the moment 300 over people on our Zoom session, and this part we go live and we go the whole world can see us. The previous part we limit only to our own Kangen distributors because of the sharing session. We are very honored today to have a very dynamic person, a very successful person who is our team leader, Mr. Sam Sia. He is the pride of our Kangen world. He has succeeded very well in this business. He's now at the moment 6A7-6. Dash 7 means he got 7 direct lines, 6A lines under him. So for those of us who want to do this business big, these are the people we can model ourselves. If we cannot do everything that he does to bring himself to this point of success, at least we can share and learn from him and do something add on to our activity so that we can also be as successful as our team leader, Mr. Sam Sia. I will not say too much about his background because I will rob him of this opportunity. But this is a great honor today to have our team leader for Full House Power to share with us his story about clarity and power. Let's give a big round of applause to our Mr. Sam Sia, our team leader. Give him energy so that he can bring us more energy and bring us up higher into this business. Thank you very much, Sam. Sam, you're on the line, Sam.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, everybody. Good day to everybody here. I'm honored. I'm honored to be the topic speaker for this week. Okay. Now I've decided that for today, right? I want to give my attention to the people who are new to this business, and also, of course, in the course of me sharing this, I'm sure many of the leaders here can also benefit. All right. Can I just ask for some participation from the audience here? Are you okay to participate with me, guys, so that we are all more engaged? Yeah. I'd like to hear from you people who are here in this Zoom call now, right? How many of you here you are new to this business called network marketing? If you are new, just type in there new, N-E-W, new. All right, you're new to network marketing. Okay. So, okay, quite a few of you. I'm just trying to see here. Okay, there are a lot of new people here. Okay, because I remember when I first started in this industry, I was a newbie. Okay, and I wasn't sure whether I was in the right industry. In fact, well before I got into this industry, I had this perception of this thing called multi-level marketing. I didn't like it. You know, I felt that it was like a very low class thing. You know, I would like try not to be associated with anything with network marketing or multi-level marketing, because in my mind, all right, I was thinking that this network marketing was for losers. That's how I perceive it. Okay, and I was in another business. I was in a traditional business. I was actually dealing in used cars, and business was challenging then. And my wife and I was like working 7 days a week. I was working 7-Eleven. No, 24/7. I was working 24/7, and my wife and I we were looking for another business to do. So I considered doing a restaurant business. I did my research, and I found out that restaurant business is not something which is easy to do, you know. And then one day, my wife and I, we were introduced to a product which was done on a direct marketing basis. All right. And we fell in love with the product. And because the product was so amazing that Cora and I decided to take this on seriously. And that was my first experience of direct selling. And gosh, you know, after you've been used to doing a conventional business, direct selling is like the eighth wonder of the world. And ever since then, this was back in 2007, and we have never looked back on direct selling. Okay. Now, I'd like to just ask the audience here, and I'd like you to be honest with me, with everybody. Okay, it's okay. Who here, right? You don't like network marketing. You don't like direct selling. You don't like multi-level marketing. Just type in the chat box there. Don't like. Just type in the chat box there. Don't like. Okay. Don't like. Only 4. Okay, come. More people are coming. All right. Don't like. Now, the thing is this. If you don't like network marketing, don't like multi-level marketing, or don't like network marketing, it's because it's the way you frame it in your mind. Okay. Would you like me to sort of change your mind about it to make you like what we're doing? How about it? I'm in the next few minutes, right? I'm gonna try it on you to see whether you like this business of ours. Okay? Now you have to disassociate your mind from multi-level marketing, because maybe your association with multi-level marketing or network marketing is that perhaps you're thinking that MLM or network marketing is something that you know people will try to get you on board, and that's the end of it. Just people getting people and without doing anything. All right. And it's like, you know, it's a cheap way to making money. I would like you to now consider the Kangen business, right, as a platform. Now, a platform, like, I'm sure many of you have heard of such a thing called Uber or Grab in Asia part of the world. It is a system where it is a collaboration between the car owners and the company called Uber or Grab. Collaboration where Uber come up with a platform to find the customers to give it to the Grab drivers. And that's how the collaboration works. Now, similarly, in the Kangen business, what do we have? We have a manufacturer of this amazing medical equipment. In Japan, it is classified as a medical device, but outside of Japan, we do not sell it as a medical device. Okay. In fact, we are even barred from calling it a medical device. It's a really funny thing. Okay. So we have here somebody who is supplying the equipment, and we are, okay, I need to just plug on I'm going to share the screen here now. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, 1 second. All right. Can you see? Can you see on the board? Can you see my screen share? Just put your hands
Yes,
up.
yes,
if you
yes,
can.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
fantastic.
Very
So
clear.
now, all businesses would have these 4 components. You need to have your production. You need to put in the money to start the business, and you need to have your accounts department, your admin department, your logistics department, and there's another component on the business called sales and marketing. Sales and marketing here. Would you agree that you need all these 4 components for all businesses to work? Yes? Right?
Yes.
So now, how are you related in all of this? So a business, let's me use my example when I was when I was selling used cars before. I was running a business where I had to source for the cars. That's under production department. I had to put in the money, and I had to employ people to look after the accounts. I need to have somebody to look after the showroom. All right. I need people to repair the cars, maintain the cars, and we need to get the vehicles sold. So we need to have a sales and marketing. I was doing all 4. In fact, I was like juggling all the 4 balls, production, capital, accounts department, and sales marketing. Now with the Energic business, what's happening here is this. Like I said, it is a platform, a collaboration between the manufacturer Energic and we, the distributors. Energic is handling all of this. 1, 2, 3. Let me just redo it. Energic is doing this part here. Energic is taking care of production and putting in the investment to bring this product around the world. And where are we in this equation? We are just merely doing the sales and marketing bit. It is a collaboration, it is a partnership, very much like what Uber is, or even Airbnb. Now, how many of you here, you want to do a business where you have to take care of manufacturing the machine and then having it shipped around the world, and you have to look after the accounts and everything? Or how many of you here, you just prefer to just look after the sales and marketing and don't have to worry about the manufacturing, the other processes? If you like this way, if you like this platform that we have called Energic, where you only do the marketing, you only do the sales and marketing, just type in there, I. This really is what the business is. It is so simple. It is, I would say it's like plug and play. Okay? Let me ask all of you here. This question. How many of you here have been in business before on your own? All right, what you want to do is this. Type in number 1, if you've ever been in business before, doing your own business, whether you're self-employed or whether you are, you own a company and you have to run the show. Okay? All right? Is running your company, is it stressful or not? Is it stressful to run your company? Just put in there. If it's stressful, right, just type in there, stressful. Who here finds that doing your own company, right, it is very, very stressful? Headache. Gives you a lot of headache, right? Oh yeah, a lot of people are putting there, stressful, okay? Now with the Energic business, right, the headache of production, the headache of employing people, the headache of looking after your accounts administration is all taken care of. All you want to do in this business of ours is to just speak to people about our product. Okay? Speak to people about product. It is a no headache business. It's a no. Someone say that migraine, right? Migraine. Doing business, by the way, doing business, right? Doing business is not easy. There's no business in this world which is easy. Neither is doing the Kangen business. Doing the Kangen business is not easy either. All right? I always say this to people. Doing the Kangen business is not easy. However, doing any business is not easy. There's no business which is easy in this world. All right? Having said that, doing the Kangen business is a whole lot simpler and whole lot easier than any other business. How many of you agree with me, right, that doing the Kangen business is a whole lot easier compared to doing any other business? If you do agree, just type in the word agree. That doing the Kangen business is a whole lot easier than doing any other kind of business. Yeah? Okay, now, thank you for your responses. Now I want to talk about, for those people who are new in this game, okay? For those people who are new in this game, okay, I need to stop my sharing now. Give me a second so that I can be back with you guys. Okay. Okay, 1 second. What's happening here? So now, for those of you who here wants to be successful in the Kangen business, just type in, I want to be successful. Just type in there, you know? Just type in there. Once again, where am I? Okay, I'm on Zoom. Just type in there in the chat box that I want success. I want success. Put there if you want success, type in there success. Okay? Who don't want, of course, you want to be successful. So how do you become successful in Kangen? Very simple. It all begins in here. It all begins in the head. Okay? You know, this is a funny, you know, this what, the funniest thing in this world is this. The funniest thing in this world is this. Everybody wants to be successful. Am I right? Everybody wants to be successful. And yet, many people don't realize that the way for you to be successful, it all begins in the mind. It all begins in the mind. Took me a long time to figure that out. In fact, I started my life. I started my life very late. Let me ask you another question. This is all related. How many of you here, you don't like selling? You don't like selling. Don't like selling. If you don't like selling, just type in there, don't like selling. All right? Don't like selling. Who here don't like selling? Type in the chat box. Only one. The rest all love selling. Okay? Don't like selling. Okay, tell you what. We need to do a workshop. I'm going to do one session another day, not today. I'm going to do another session on how to change your mind from not liking to sell to loving to sell. Who would like that? Who would like me to do a session on not liking to sell to loving to sell? And now that would put a lot of money into your pocket for those people who don't like to sell already. Okay? And the thing is this, the only reason why you don't like to sell is the way you see selling. All right? So getting back to success. If you want to be successful, right, it all begins in the mind. The thing is this, many of us do not realize that our mind is so powerful. Okay? Our mind is so powerful that wait, I can't help but read the comment here. Salespeople are the highest paid beggars. Cynthia Lee. Salespeople are the highest paid beggars. I don't agree with that. That is wrong. That is a very negative interpretation. Okay. Now that definitely is not in my vocabulary. The best salespeople do not beg. Okay. But anyway, we will handle that in our session. So as I was saying, right? If you want to be successful, you have to tell yourself. You have to tell yourself that you want to be successful and you can be successful. But anyway, today it's not a motivational talk. I'd like to share with you. Like I said, I began my life very late in life. You know, at one time in my life, I was a very shy person. I was not confident with myself. Okay. In fact, I only started selling at the age of 45. You know, my mindset, I consider myself a late bloomer. So after being through many trainings and seminars, my mindset began to change, right? And of course, reading motivational books. I only started reading motivational books at the age of 38. But even then, you know, it took me a long time before I really got a breakthrough. All right. And this life journey, right? This life journey is, and now we are put on this planet. We are put on this planet to do something, all of us. For me, according to for myself, right? All of us are put on this planet to be the best that we can be. How many of you agree with me? You are put on this planet to be the best that you can be. Right? And for many of you, Kangen is in here. Of course, Kangen is a platform for you to develop as a business, to make as much money as you can. But Kangen is also here as your testing ground. It's meant, life is a test. God presents life to test you. So is Kangen. Kangen, for me, is my platform for me to develop myself. You know, when I first got into Kangen, there are many things that I wasn't aware of. There are many things that I had to learn. Okay, and this is what Kangen is all about for you, for many of you. You are put here into Kangen. Kangen is really for you to really grow as a person, as a team leader, as a salesperson, as somebody, as an evangelist for Kangen. Now I know that for many of you, you know, it's like you've never done any selling before, or you're new to this industry called direct selling, and there's a lot of fear in all of us. There's a fear of failure. There's a fear of rejection. And let me tell you this. I am as human as many of you are, right? Many of us, we are shy insofar as talking to people, talking to your friends, talking to your prospects about Kangen. You're worried about rejection. All right? But the thing is this. Many of us, we are only operating at, let me ask all of you a question. How many percent of your true potential are you operating at? Are you operating at 100%, or are you operating at 80% or 50%? Just type in there how many percent. How many percent are you operating at now of your total, of your full potential? Some said 100%, some said 5%. I invite all of you to participate. Put in there. All right, how many percent, right, of your full capacity are you operating at now? Fantastic. I see 100%. I see 50%. I see 5%. Okay, 5%, 20%, 1%. Gosh, Tengku Idris, you're operating at 5%. That's good news. Why? Because if you're now operating at 5%, imagine what it could be if you're operating at 10 times, 50%. Taufik, operating at 1%. That's why Kangen is here for you to really mushroom, to flourish into a bigger person than you are currently. And the only way to do that, right? The only Santosh is a 6A2-2. It's only operating at 10%. By the way, let me just share. Let me just be frank with all of you. I am only operating at 10% of my full potential. Yeah, me. I'm only operating at 10% of my full potential. So just imagine, right? Just imagine Taufik and Tengku Idris. Just imagine how much bigger we can be, you know? When we can be operating at 10 times of what we currently are, we are currently operating, right? It's going to be so inspiring for us, isn't it? So now how do you get to the stage? How can you be bigger? How can you be bigger than you currently are at the moment? You just have to search within yourself. There's you have to do a lot of own searching. You have to develop yourself further. You have to develop. I have been developing myself for many, many years. I've been attending trainings. I've been reading books. I've been talking to friends. I've been getting encouraged by people, and you really have to be working on yourself continuously. I am currently reading a book called the Prosperity Bible. Who here wants to be prosperous? Type in there, prosperity. Who here wants to be prosperous? Yeah. So, so if you want to be prosperous, right, there are laws which governs prosperity. Okay. And how it is already documented. It is already documented. The Secret of the Ages has already been put into many books, and they're all available. If you really want to be prosperous, right, you have to work for it. You have to go and research and dig it out, right? Anyway, this Prosperity Bible, it is a compendium of about 12 books, all written on wealth, prosperity. And I so happened to find a book which was given to me by my coach, Jeevan Sahadevan. He gave me this book back in 13 years ago. I just found it and I started reading it again. In fact, no, sorry, I'm reading it for the first time. Of course, it contains some books which I've read before, right? And really, by the way, I'm already 60 this year. I'm still learning because I'm only operating at 10% of my full potential. So now I'd like to now go on to share some key ideas, which I feel is very important for us, Kangen distributors. Now, for the beginners here who are in the room, okay, who have never done any selling, who are new in network marketing, I just want to say something to you guys. Right? In anything new that we venture into, right, there's bound to be failures. You're bound to make mistakes, and you have to embrace making mistakes. In fact, you must welcome failures. All right. The more failures that you go through, the more successful you will be. Okay. And that is the way. Just imagine. When you were a baby, right? You were falling as you were starting to walk. You had to fall, but you get up. You fall, you get up. Or when you are learning how to ride a bicycle, you don't just get onto the bike and able to ride the first time. All right. I remember the first time I rode a bicycle, I fell. I mean, it was very painful. It hurt like crazy, right? I'm sure many of you have experienced that. You have to fall on your first bicycle ride. The same thing the first time you go swimming, okay? You'll be drinking a lot of water. I panicked when the water was up to only my chest, but when I got into the water, I was like somersaulting in the water, okay? So same thing for you guys who are new in the Kangen business. You've never done any Kangen, all right? You'll be facing many rejections. There'll be many no's for you, okay? Just have to keep into your mind that failures, rejection is part and parcel of the game. That's the game of life. That's exactly the game of life. All right. Now I'd like now to just share some things which I've got on my PowerPoint. I'm going to call it up now. Okay, can you see what's on the screen? Put your hands up if you can.
Yes,
can you see?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Very clear.
And can you also can you still hear my voice?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. How many of you here, you feel that the Kangen machine is expensive? From a show of hands. And you can still see my screen, huh? Right? Now, wait, hang on. Now, anything that we have in this world, right? I'd like to introduce you to this thing called, there's a cost of production of our machine, the cost of making the machine, okay? And then there's a price in which we are selling the machine. Now, price is always higher than the cost. Because, why? Because of enterprise. Nothing comes into this world for free. The manufacturer of the iPhone, okay, the computer, everything is brought into this world for them to make a profit. So nothing is, the price is going to be higher than the cost. Okay. So, but why do people buy a phone? Why do people buy our Kangen machine? It's purely because of the value that they're getting. Because of the value that they're getting from our machine. Now, the price of our machine is not cheap, but there is a price to it. Let me ask. If you want, you all can take a screenshot of this before I stop sharing. Okay. Let me ask everybody here. I'd like to ask all of you here, what is the value worth to you? What is the value worth to you? Can you please type in USD, because we have people from various countries here. Can you type in there, what is the value of the machine worth to you? Right? Put in in US dollars. Okay? In US dollars. Priceless. Put in the figure. Priceless. If you say priceless, can I maybe put in 50,000 US, 100 million US, okay, $1 billion US, 500 crore, which is about $10 million US, okay. Yep, it's priceless. We can show the value. So that's why our machine. I'm sure many of you here in the room, in this Zoom call now, right? How many of you here, you think that the price of the machine is expensive because of the high commissions? If you think it is expensive because of high commission, just type in there, high commissions. High commissions. How many of you here believe that the machine is expensive because of the high commissions? No one? Someone did. Himanshu. Yes, Pravin. Yes, be honest about it. No, type in there high commission. If you believe that it is high commission, type in there high commission. A few of you. Baba, Sahab, high commission. Okay, I want to Amit, Papoga, high commission. Shaila Mantri, high commission. You're all okay? In your mind, many of you, in your mind, you're thinking that the machine is expensive because of high commission. Great. I'd like to hear that. I want to dispel that for you today. Even my brother didn't buy a machine from me. I hope he's listening to this. My brother didn't buy a machine from me because he feels that it is too high, the commission that is being paid. Right. I hope he's here because I did invite him to listen in. Remember the chart I showed you, the price, the cost of production, the price, and the value. Okay. This machine is selling for 4,000 because can sell for 4,000. It's as simple as that. Why should you be selling a machine for less? Why should Energic be selling the machine for less? Now, Energic can choose to sell the machine through resellers. Energic can appoint sole distributorship in all the countries around the world and let them make the money. And if they were to go along that traditional route, the price of machine would not be selling at $4,000 US. It will probably be selling for at least, could be even double that. The price of the machine, if you were to be marketed along conventional business way of doing business, where you have a importer and you have a wholesaler and you have the distributorship, because people have to buy the goods in, carry the stocks. There's the cost of holding the stocks, right? So you have to get the head. You have to get it out from your head that the machine is expensive because of the high commissions. The machine, you see, the machine why is this handphone selling for, this mobile phone is selling, I paid about $1,500 US. It's Apple iPhone 11. Give me a second. Now, how much does it cost to make this iPhone? Perhaps it only costs $100 US, but it's selling for 15 times the price. Why? Because Apple has to pay all the billboard advertising, all the commercials, and it has to set up the cost of all the shops. Okay, and if Energic were to go along that conventional way of doing business, right, the machine is not going to sell. The machine will not sell. Okay, the only way the machine is selling is because Energic is paying all of us to sell the product. Let me ask you this. How many of you were introduced to the product by another person? I think can you please respond? How many of you were introduced to this product by another person? Yes, someone else brought it to your attention. And because of that, they were getting paid. And same thing here. You are being paid for introducing it to another person. All right? And that's how you're paid. So Energic has chosen this way of marketing because without this way of marketing, you wouldn't have gotten to know about this product. So for those of you who find that the commission is high, you have to do a bit of rethinking. You have to reframe in your mind. Let me ask all of you another question. If this machine, I need your participation, guys. If this machine is not selling for 4,000, if this machine is selling for double the price, 8,000, How many of you would still buy the machine? If you would still buy the machine, type in there, yes. If the price is gone up, it goes up from 4,000 to 8,000, you will still buy the machine. Some say they will not buy, but the majority of you say you would buy, absolutely. Overwhelming, yes. So the reason why the machine, so basically this response from you, right, negate the argument that the machine is expensive because of the high commissions. It comes back to this. Comes back to this. Our machine is selling for $4,000 because of the value that people see in the machine. Okay. Now let's say if we were to reduce the price from 4,000 to 2,000, from 4,000 to 2,000, you cut away the commissions. You cut away the commissions. You cut away the commissions. Do you think anyone will be introducing the product to you? Would anybody be selling the machine at all if there's no commissions to be paid? Sales will go down because there's no one. There's no one who would take the time and energy to go and talk to another person. And by the way, you know, there's a book called The Science of Getting Rich. If you want to be rich, right, there's only one way. You have to bring value to people. If you can deliver value to your prospects, to your customers, as long as you give value to them, right, you will be rich. You can be rich. Okay? Now I want to go on to my next point. I'd like to introduce this book to you guys, Your First Year in Network Marketing. In fact, I got to learn this. Michael, thank you to Michael. So thanks to Michael. So I was introduced to this book called Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. Take a screenshot of this. And Rainy and the wife, Rainy Yarnell. Make sure you get the abridged version, Your First Year in Network Marketing. You know, by reading this book alone, you get so much value just by reading the first chapter. All right. In fact, let me just share with you the first chapter. There's so much value in what I learned from the first chapter. It says here, the most common mistake that you will make is this: to listen to people who do not know what they're talking about, and you don't listen to people who knows what they're talking about. Okay. Now there'll be many people out there, right, who will discourage you from doing a business like Kangen. I call them the dream stealers. Personally, I've also experienced that. Okay, I have people who have tried their hand at direct selling and they worked their butts out, but they didn't succeed. So because of that experience, they say that you'll not be successful. Just because they were not successful doesn't mean that you will not be successful. But is this business easy? I will tell you, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do in this business, just like in any other business. Okay. The next thing I would like to share is this. Wait. Aha. Now, you know, there was a moment I was doing this business for about 3 to 4 years. And after a while, I was like also finding a bit of a challenge. Like I said, this business is not without challenge. I was like having a bit of challenge in finding people, or rather I was like telling myself, okay, this business, right, is such a no-brainer business. It has such an incredible product. All right. If I can see this business, right, there must be people out there who can also see this business, right? So how many of you agree here with me that this business is a no-brainer business? That if you can see it, right, there must be also other people who can see it. How many of you agree with me that on this? Can you just type in the word agree? If you can see it, there must be also other people who can see it. It's so simple, right? However, I'm sure you also agree with me that you're also having a challenge. You're also having a challenge to get other people to also see the way you see, right? To see the way you see. I want to say something to you. I'm going to say something here, okay, which is going to make it, which is going to, for many of you here now, you'll be getting a huge aha for what I'll be sharing next. If I can see, or if you can see this business, right, that this is a no-brainer business, why is it so hard for other people to see? If I can see it, why is it so that other people cannot see? Let me tell you why. It is very simple. I'm just going to share the screen now. This is something that I wrote in my office. If I can see the power of the Kangen business, there must be also others who can see it. Many whom I've shared Kangen with do not see it because they do not see it. Now, only 5% of the people in this world are successful. Would you agree? Not everybody is successful. Only a small, tiny fraction of the people are successful. So you can only expect less than 5% to also see it as you too belong to the 5%. So if I am not getting the results, it is because I'm not talking to enough people to hit the 5% who can see it. Are you getting my message here? Mighty Saga, can I invite you to say a few, to share your experience here in relation to this? Mighty, can somebody make Mighty available to speak? Can somebody unmute Michael? Simon, are you there?
Yes, Simon, can you please help unmute Mighty Saga?
Hi, sir. Very good morning to you all. Thank you very much, Sam, sir. This.
One second, Mike. One second, Mighty. We want to put you on. We want to put you so that you can be on the screen. One second, Mighty Saga.
He can speak now.
Mighty, now we want to see him.
Hi, sir.
Wait, spotlight video. Mighty, okay. There you are. Mighty, hi, Mighty.
Hi, sir. Hi. Very
Hi.
good morning to you all.
Good morning.
This I found at Samsia House actually. This changed my life. This only one chart changed my life because I was doing earlier a traditional
Wait,
business.
one second, Mighty. What changed your life?
Yeah, when I'm fighting with this is network marketing, this is MLM, this is something with you, and I'm getting clarity. I'm not getting clarity. And I was sitting with you for a long hours, 5 to 6 hours, and I'm discussing with you. You are giving all the clarity. Then I happen to see this. You write something. This the message on your board. I captured it, and I started thinking. Yes, I cannot see business because this I'm not finding this business is there actually in this. Then I started. Now I'm full-time Kangen distributor 682-2 now.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Saga. So basically, that chart sort of got you to see the light. That to find the people who thinks like you. Not everybody thinks like us.
Yes.
Because a lot of the people. Thank you, Mighty. Can we all give Mighty a big hand? Okay. So a lot of people here is like. Let me just unpin you first. Okay, thank you, Mighty. So a lot of us, we think that there must be other people like us. But the truth of the matter is, the majority of people out there, right? They don't think like us. The majority of people out there, they don't think like us. They don't think that this business is doable, so they don't get involved. So for you to be successful in this business, right, You want to find people who are like yourself, who believes in the potential of this business. Now I'm going to do one exercise now, which I'm very confident is going to blow your mind. Okay? Let me ask all of you here, who here likes their mind to be blown away? Who likes to be blown away? Okay? Now get ready to be blown away, but I need your participation. Okay? I'm going to share a screen here again. Now, if you haven't already, right, you may want to just take a snapshot of what I'm sharing on the screen here. If I can see the power of the Kangen business, there must be also others who can see it. All right. So the next thing is this. Now, I want you to not type in the answer yet. Okay. I'm now going to introduce to you that in this Kangen business, there are 3 types of customers. How many types of customers? 3. Okay. Now, the first type of customer is this. But the first type of customer are the end. Okay, so there are 3 types of customers. The first type of customers are the end users. They buy the machine with no intention of doing the business. Okay, they buy it because they saw the value. Wow, gosh, I want to have this machine. So they just buy it. That's it. End of story. And the majority of our customers are end users. Now, the second type of customers are the people. They love the machine, but they were like, gosh, this machine is so expensive, I can't afford it. I mean, it costs them to really have to think hard before they buy it. But because you show them that they can recover the cost of the machine only if they refer 10 to 12 others, depending on the country where you're from. If you sell the machine to somebody, and if he can refer another 10 or 12 people to buy the same machine, they recover the cost of the machine. Okay. Then there's the third type of customer. The third type of customers are the people, the main idea of buying the machine is to do the business. Of course, they love the product. They love the product, but the main reason for buying the machine is to do the business. Okay. You may not like the product, but you bought the machine. Okay. Again, type 3 can be classified into 2 subtypes. First subtype is they love the machine and they want to do the business. Second subtype is whether the machine works or not, they still want to do the business. Okay. Now, I want you to answer. Don't type in your answer yet. So type 1, type 2, type 3. Decide which type are you. Decide. Don't type in the chat yet. Decide whether you are type 1, type 2, and type 3. Now, listen very carefully. My question is at the time of purchase, not now. At the time of you buying the product. At the time of you buying the product, at the time of, okay, only if you're type 1, only if you're type 1. Only if you're type 1. Only if you're type 1. No, wait. Guys, listen up. Don't type in your answer yet. Okay, ready? Don't type in the answer yet. Wait for a 10-second pause. I want those people who are type 1 to type in type 1 if you're type 1. Just, okay, all those, including those who have already typed 1 before. If you're type 1, type in 1. Type in 1 if you're type 1. Quite many of you. Type 1. Only type 1. If you're type 2, type 2. If you're type 2 or type 3, don't type in yet. Only type 1. All right? Only type 1. Okay, quite a few of you, you're type 1. Okay? So at the time of buying the machine, you are type 1. Now, I want to now listen from those people who are type 2. If you're type 2, type in type 2. If you're type 2, type in type 2. Okay, now the type 2 are there. Can you see? Type 2, only the type 2s. All right. Chin Shuo Feng is a type 2. Okay, all right. Any more type 2s? Some more coming in? Type 2s? Okay, at the time of purchase, type 2. Debbie. Okay, Khairul, type 2. Tengku Idris, type 2. Okay, some more. Okay, now, for those people who are type 3, type in 3 if you are type 3. 3 if you are type 3. Wow, many of you. Okay, many of you who are type 3. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, I want to now play you a video. And now I want to now play you a video for you. It's only a 1 minute video for you to really understand this business. Okay. Just hang. Okay. Are you all ready for this movie? Okay. Where is it? Are you ready, guys? Put a thumbs up if you're ready to watch this video. Put a thumbs up. 1 second. Wait. What is happening here? Okay, I know why. One second. Okay, I'm going to start doing the thing again. Where is it? Can you see this? What can you see now, guys? You can't see it yet, huh? Ah, found it. This is the one. Can you see there's this hall of many people? Michael, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now this was the event in February this year. This was the Enetic India 4th anniversary celebration. So I was on stage and I asked the crowd exactly the same question. Are you type 1, type 2, or type 3? Like, there's something to learn from this short 60-second video. Are you all ready to watch this? I'm going to start playing now. I think the sound should play.
Type 1, put up your hand and stand up.
Can you hear?
Put up your hand and stand up. The type 1, you buy the machine for the product, to use the product, not to do the business. I can't see that many people. I would say maybe less about. Very few. Again, you sit down. Now, who here in the room are of type 2? Type 2 people, can you please be up and standing? Type 2. Type 2, be up and standing. Are there any? Okay. Almost zero. Who in the room here are belonging to type 3? Be up and standing. Gosh. This is crazy. Okay? For those of you, right, if you didn't see that, you have lost a lot of money. There's a lot of value there. Okay?
How was that experience? Did you all learn something new there? Let me ask all of you here, okay? Would you like to just quickly share what you all learned from there? All right. You know, many of you, right? You came into this business firstly as a type 1, and then slowly you became a type 3, so to speak. Then some of you start with a type 2, started off as a type 2. Then you ended up being a type 3. So who do you want to sell to? Who do you want to sell to? Okay. Do you want to sell to type 1? You want to sell to type 2, or you want to sell to type 1, 2, or 3? The answer is this. The answer is you want to sell to everybody. You want to sell to everybody, because you must understand that type 3 are the people. Type 3 are few out there, but there are many of them. Okay, you have to be looking out for them. Okay, now majority of people are going to be type 1. Now I have one guy in India. He started off as a type 1. Today he's selling 500 machines a month now. Can you imagine that? Selling to a type 1, and now he's selling 500 machines a month. So imagine that. And this guy, if you had approached him to try to sell him the business, he probably wouldn't have bought. So you have to be very careful who you talk to. Some people may may only come in when you push the type 1 button. Some people may only come in when you push the type 2 button. Some people may only come in when you push the type 3 button. I have one guy who's a coach for me. He was, in fact, I'm still looking to run the marathon. So I engaged one guy to train me for a marathon. And he wasn't interested in the product. He wasn't interested in the product. But the guy who finally got him to buy the machine, which showed him the business. Actually, it was my sponsor, Bernard Chan, who showed him the business. And because of the business, right, he bought the machine. So there you go. So some people, right, you have to fish them using the type 3 question. You have to sell them the business. You cannot sell them the product. Now, would you like to know which type I am? Whether I'm type 1, type 2, or type 3? Anyone? Anyone interested to find out which type I am? No, no one is interested. So I am type 3. I mean, I don't feel bad talking about it. I'm type 3. Okay. In fact, when I bought the machine, right, I almost didn't drink the water for the first 1 month. I almost didn't drink the water for the first 1 month. The only reason why I started drinking the water is I found myself a bottle. I managed to find myself a bottle, buy myself a bottle. Because of bottle, then, because the thing is when I go out, I never brought the water out with me. I only drank at home. So there are people like me, you know. How many of you would like to sell to a type 3 guy like me? Yeah. So I think we are coming to an end. There are a lot more things that I would like to share with you, but because of constraint of time, I'm not able to do it here. Perhaps I can come back another occasion. Example, for those of you who are new to selling, you don't like to sell, you have this idea about selling which doesn't serve you. Okay, you can go to YouTube, search for Sam Seah. I may have my video there, which was recorded of from not liking selling to loving to sell. All right. Okay. So yeah. So that much. Let me see if there's anything else I'd like to share with you guys. I think the biggest, maybe I'll allow Michael Saw to ask me some questions. Okay, so thank you so much, fellow distributors and also guests on our Zoom call. Over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Sam, for your passion in sharing. Let's give our team leader, Sam, a big round of applause in appreciation of his sincere and very positive sharing in this session called Clarity Leads to Power. Sam, you are great, Sam.
Thank you, Michael.
What you spoke, well, how you started actually tie up with what Mary Worley says. Your great Mr. Eric Worre. His wife have this to say, feed your mind and surround yourself with people who are more successful and who are able to do more than you. That's the first mindset we should have. I'm sure a lot of us are glad today. Today we got a very high, a very big crowd for our Zoom session. They come to see you, how you, from being an ordinary guy, who do not believe in this type of business, have become so successful. And I'm glad now, me and many others are surrounded by people like you who are successful.
Thank you.
Who will inspire and lead us to higher achievements. Thanks, Sam. What do you have to say about that? Surrounding yourself with people who are more successful than you.
Well, we read it everywhere. We are the average of the. What was the saying? You are you are the average of the 5% whom you surround yourself with, because we are all habit forming creatures, and we can only absorb whatever other person are giving out. If you are mixing with the wrong crowd of people, you'll be getting all the negative traits. That's for sure. If you hang around with smokers, you will smoke. If you hang around with
You're right.
drinkers, you will drink. I mean, I'm not saying that those things are bad, but if you're around with people who love to eat, you eat. And if you're around with people who love to sing, you sing. And if you're around with people who are joyful, you become joyful. And if you're around with people who are sad, you become sad. And if you're around with people who are successful, all right, you're successful. If you're around with people who are happy, you become happy. Naturally, Michael.
Yeah, I brought this up because as the top team leader of this group, I'm sure you meet a lot of people, and I'm sure many will tell you, I cannot sell, cannot do this business and things like that. And it's not easy for a guy like you, to break through this cordon of negativity to succeed. Tell us some of your reasons or some of the ways you break through this cordon.
Actually, all of us, human nature, our human nature is such that by default, we are negative. Because, if you read, most of us read the newspaper, or perhaps a few years ago, maybe nowadays, we don't read the newspaper anymore. We go and read the news on the internet. Even internet news, the majority of internet news is very all negative anyway. In fact, I've stopped reading newspaper 20 years ago. And instead of reading newspaper, right, I always delve into books to read, because I find that the more I read, the more I don't know. So I think also for me, I'm who I am today, largely contributed by the books that I read. And I find it is my duty to read as much as I can, because I always find so many gems there. And sometimes I even go back to rereading some of the books that I've read. And these books are my mentors. I'm so grateful to all these books. In fact, all these books are written by people who relate their experiences. And they also, they didn't come up with their own ideas. They probably got it from somebody else before them. Michael, I'm sure, Michael, you're the one who introduced me the book, your first year in network marketing, and I thank you for that, Michael. It was mind-blowing.
I'm glad you still have the book.
Yeah.
And I'm glad also you're spreading that good news to many of your team leaders, especially some of the young millennials like Simon and many others. It's a proof that you have been a great leader and an inspiration for many of us. Is that one of the reasons why you keep bringing people to meet your other great inspirators like Eric Worre, Coach Russ?
Oh, guys, we have to learn. We have to learn from other people. I mean, why I want to reinvent the wheel? When you can find the knowledge, you can find these are really gems, GEMS. There's so many gems to be learned from other people. Like, we have many different guest topic speakers who come for our Wednesday meeting like today. And each of them, when they come, they always bring some nuggets with them, which the viewers on this call benefit from. So all you need is just get one idea. Just one idea from these meetings that we have every week. Or even like if we go all the way to Las Vegas to listen to Eric Worre. The few of us went to Eric Worre last year, and they all come back with new vision, with a new reframing of the mind. It's so. These are all little investments that we invest in ourselves. It's all education. Yeah, Simon.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. I'm sure a lot would want to express their thanks to you for inspiring them and allowing them to come to your house to see how a successful family can enjoy great life, great living, great home, things like that. especially from people who are from India. You know, they start off with nothing, not knowing what this business is all about. And they got to see the vision of what they can be in 5 years' time. And they've come, loved it, gone back to repeat. How important is this, Sam? Why would you allow people to come to your house? Because in this modern world, many of us are so scared of bringing friends to the house.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I regard the distributors to be family, okay, and a bit. I mean, for me, if I'm invited to another person's house, it is an honor for me. You know, I feel very privileged. So the reason why I extend my invitation for people to come and visit me in my house is also to express my gratitude to them for being in the business with me, and also for them coming to see my house, and also to let them see, not so much to boast to them, but allow them to see how I benefited from doing the business.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sam. Thank you for. I've been to your house and I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And I remember you saying one word, no, Michael, please indulge yourself. We work so hard to be successful, and when we are successful, sometimes we forget to indulge ourselves.
Yeah, and my wife is complaining. My wife is complaining that our house is too small.
Okay, have a bigger one.
Yeah.
Then we can all have a bigger dream.
So
wanting to be as successful as you.
I think we must also invite Cora to be one of the guest speakers.
Yes, she is your better half. We also want to find out how this business can be built through a family type of environment. I think a lot will be very, happy to meet up with you and your family, because you are so successful. Not only that, your wife Cora is also just as successful, and it transpired down to your son Ming Wei, who has also become very successful. How do you feel when you look at this kind of achievements?
I'm very happy for them. And Ming Wei was a big part of my success in India. In fact, before the opening of the India office, we were stationed in India for 6 consecutive months. I mean, as in sort of like we were spending in that 6 months, right? 75% of our time was in India. Now we were like touring around the country, and we were doing the Essential Kangen workshop one weekend after the other. Sometimes even do 2 Essential Kangen workshop within one single week. We were like we were touring from city to city. Yeah.
Actually, I want to express this on behalf of a lot of us, Sam. Okay, we are grateful to you and your family, who are our leaders and who have been helping us.
Thank you.
This is not favoring you, but this is the truth. Some of us just feel too shy to say that to you. But you have done a great service to mankind, and also to our Malaysians, especially, in bearing the flag and becoming one of the top achievers in Kangen. And what do you see of yourself in 5 years from now?
I believe, when I first started this business, I told myself I'll do this business for 2 years. After that, I'll be shaking my legs. When the time came, I didn't. I continued working, and in fact, I think after the 4th year, I was like, resting a while, and I was getting a bit bored. And I decided to start cranking again, and soon, and then I came to realize that, I cannot sit still. I want to continue to grow my business. My objective here now is, I told Mr. Oshiro, I want to deliver for him 10,000 machines a month through my team members. Yeah.
But you've been doing a great job, Sam.
Thank you,
You've
thank you,
been
Michael.
doing a job. You did a great job in leading the team, in doing so many thousands of sales a month, which means to say your team members are making money.
Of
If you
course,
cannot, if your group is not producing, your team members are not going to make enough money to stay.
Michael, I just had a request here by
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
for me to
Yes.
show. Would you like to see my house?
Yes, yes.
Some
For
of
those
them,
who have not seen your house,
yeah. So okay, this is my
yeah, you
mother's
can walk
house.
around with the
I'm
camera.
gonna go around. Okay. I'm just coming out from our music room. It's very small. My house is very, to me, it's very modest, lah. You know, but for some people, so this is the living room. Okay, the garden. Then you can see the dining room out there. Okay. This is Cora. Cora is there. So this is the garden. We have a small lap pool there. And Cora was here.
Hello,
Cora,
Cora.
that's Cora.
Hi, Cora.
Hi.
So we'll be having Cora as one of the. Cora, when are you available to speak?
She don't have to speak. She just got to show her presence.
Yeah. So okay. So this is the dining room and our dry kitchen. All right. And we have another area here. This is what we call the wet kitchen. Okay. My house is very tiny compared to Cynthia Briganti's house. Cynthia has a palace. So this is my favorite part of the house, the patio. I always like to sit here.
Yeah, meeting up with the team leaders, team
Correct.
members.
Yeah, so we have a small garden out here, a small lap pool, and that's it. Okay, what? Okay, let's show you my car porch. So I bought this house. In fact, I bought this house before I did Kangen. I nearly dropped my computer into the swimming pool. Gosh, I missed that. So I bought this. I bought this house. I didn't mention. I was supposed to mention. I come from a very decent. Okay. My family is pretty well off. Maybe I'll share that in another day about my background before I started my Kangen business. So we are running out of time here, right, Michael? I think maybe we should do that another day. But to make it short, I really bought this house before I joined the Kangen business. But I bought the house without the intention of living in this house because it was too expensive to live in. But because of the Kangen business, after I started doing Kangen business, I changed my mind from buying this as an investment property to living in it today. Yeah.
Thank you, Sam, for showing us all this.
So last thing I want to share is this. You know, I am still I'm always on the lookout for ways to be better in what I'm doing, and that's why I've introduced people like Skip Archimedes to my team members, and I want to introduce another course also to our team members here. How many of you here want to be a better communicator, to be a better mentor, better coach? How many of you would like that? You want to be a better coach, you want to be a better communicator, you want to be better at closing your sales. All right? Yes, of course. So I'm Bernard, Judy Fleming, Andrew Koo, and myself. We're currently attending a training by Coach Russ. All right. It costs about perhaps maybe $600 US. It is a course on coaching. All right. On coaching, not mentoring, on coaching. And I believe honestly that basically it is mind-blowing. It is a mind-blowing program. I've learned so much. And I would like to introduce this to you. In fact, I will probably be inviting Coach Ras to do an introductory talk on this training, 1-day training. And yeah, so I just want to alert you all first to this talk that I'll be getting Coach Ras to speak on. Okay, so I will update you with the details later. So Michael, thanks for having me on this meeting.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Actually, today I decided not to ask you too many questions because I want them to see you. Seeing is believing. Here's a gentleman who has already made tons of money from Kangen and still going on, and yet there are people still thinking, I can or cannot do, should I go on or not? I'm glad for those of you who are still doubting, please change your mind, because right in front of us is a team leader who has really succeeded very big. He's one of the top guys for Kangen World, not just Kangen Malaysia or Kangen India, Kangen World. And if he can do it so well and want to continue to do it so well, let's change our mindset of negativity or not wanting or doubting about Kangen into something positive to make 2000 and this year, 2020, the best year of our life, our Kangen life. Thank you very much, Sam, for being an inspiration. Thank you. And thank you to, let's give Sam a big round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Because it's not easy to share. It's not easy to build such a big Kangen empire. He deserves something much more than this. We would also like to thank all of you who have stayed right up till now. And next week we will have again our Zoom session, same time. And we also like to thank all those who have shared their Kangen experiences. Please get ready our Kangen experiences so that next week we can be ready, ever ready to start sharing. And thanks to all the technical team members today. And once again, let's give Sam a big round of applause and thanks from our heart. And
Thank you.
To his lovely wife, Cora, and his family for giving him all the inspiration to be such a great guy. Yes.
Thank you, Michael. Can I invite everybody to be at their best looking self, because I'm going to do a snapshot of you with with all your big smiles. Okay, hang in there, smile. First shot. I'm going to go to the second page now. Okay, again, second page now. Smile. Who's Mighty is here? Bia Patel, Judy, Samil. One second. Where is it now? 1 second. Smile, everybody. Third page, smile. Okay, good. Okay, one. I saw Francis there. Hi, Sally. Okay. So great. I'm gonna now allow everybody to unmute themselves if you want to say bye-bye and hello. So I've just unmuted. I just allowed you to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Bye-bye.